Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yes, let's love. Well, y'all, I have some news to report. She got him. Miss Kova got Poodle.
This is going to ruin the tour, the world tour.
Oh, Jesus.
It's only a little bit in my voice. I just sound like, as I've said before, a more feminine Kathleen Turner.
It actually kind of sounds pleasant because it sounds like your voice is being auto-tuned, like it's taking the rough edges of your voice and smoothing it out.
Well, don't get used to it. I'm going to be back to strident klaxon in no time.
I'm just saying it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
I'm announcing this now. I should have read a notes app thing about it. I'm not apologizing. I do think I got it during that wedding. Although because I don't know how I would. You must have just escaped it. But you've had COVID like 9 times now.
I have not had COVID 9 times. Not
At least 4.
No, I have not. I think I've only had it 3.
Okay. But it's like part of your bloodstream at this point.
Or maybe twice?
No, you've had it more than me. Trust me.
No, but you've only had it once.
I've only had it once. This is my second time. Yeah.
I think I've only had it twice, actually. I've had it because we got it together the first time, and I got it a second time, and that's it.
Seems like more.
It seems like shocking. I feel like I should have it more.
Your system's generally weaker.
I feel like, but you have way more close contact with people than I do.
What do you mean? Oh, sexual.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm
surprised you don't have like COVID for the 7th time and eye syphilis.
Again, I'm really worried people will listen to your eye syphilis warnings and worry that they're going to get it. Again, you can only get eye syphilis if you already have the STI, syphilis present. It's not catching through your eyes.
I'm going to talk to my sister-in-law about it. But y'all.
No, that is established.
I know what I'm just saying. She's a nurse. You're not. Get some info.
I'm on Wikipedia. I don't want to get people. I don't want to make people worried they can get eye syphilis.
I'm just worried when you read it on some blog with misinformation. Who knows?
You're the one spreading misinformation.
I'm not spreading nothing. I'm just spreading the good will of having to stay home, and you can't get fucked by anyone this week.
That's a shame. I need to find somebody who has COVID.
Yeah,
they just like cough on each other together. But I want to say I'm okay. I'm feeling slightly. This feels like a cold this time. The first time was rough, but this feels like a cold. And I have just like a dry cough, which I'll try not to do onto the mic, or I'll try to mute. And
I'm sure
I just
we
kind of
won't
feel
get
a little
multiple updates about this that we don't need.
Oh, we do need them. I'm just trying to stop the flood of messages that come across my DMs. But I'm here. I'm here regardless.
We'll see.
I've got a job to do.
Oh, well, I don't have it yet. So we were at the wedding together, but
again, I think it's that COVID is such a part of your bloodstream now. They're like, boys, we all got it LP. We don't need it anymore.
Maybe. Goodness.
I got a booster. I got a booster in like July of last year. And I was waiting until I went home to get the next one.
Well. And you were going to go home this week.
I was going to go home the following week. Yeah. Oh, well.
Oh, well. Did you tell your mother yet you're not coming home?
I haven't told her I was going home. It's better to surprise them.
Oh, when do you tell her?
Like 4 days ahead of time.
Oh.
Yeah, it's better that way.
What? Now I know why James doesn't trigger you as much as he triggers me.
No, I understand him.
Poodle gets it.
And in this case, so does Tata.
So does Tata. Y'all, this is Toe. This is Reality
This
Gaze.
is Toe. I need to look up the episode name.
I have it. This is Reality
Okay.
Gaze. I'm Maddie. That's Poodle. We're talking about 90 Day Fiancé the other way, season 6, episode 4. 10 things I hate about moving. 10 things I hate about moving. What a great film.
You mean,
Richard. Yeah, 10 things I hate about you.
yeah, with Julia Stiles.
Mm-hmm.
Heath Ledger, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Bob
I have some
Newhart.
announcements.
Pour one out because I feel like we've made many references to Newhart on this show.
I loved that show.
I don't want to mention.
I was way
even
too young
other-
to watch it.
Yes, but other actors we've talked about, I don't want to mention them by name
Yeah.
right now because they're dropping like flies.
It's
this month.
a little scary right now.
So, but y'all, so
We
watch an
appreciate
episode of-
all of our sitcom character actors.
Yes,
Because Peter Scolari's dead.
he is.
I don't even want to talk about the woman who was married to him on that show because I love her.
Oh,
and I'm afraid to mention her name.
Puzanne Mazette.
Well, that is the other Newhart. No, I was thinking of Julia Huffy.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes.
So what if we just
Julio
say-
was married to Peter Scolari. Yes.
Peter Scolari. So
This is
what
like
if we
when
just say,
we used to shout out sissies and say their names
yeah, we had
and
to
we
stop
changed
that.
them. Yeah, we had to stop that because y'all ruined it.
Yeah. No, well, it just got a little contentious.
People got upset because their name wasn't mentioned and da 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 da. That's why when people email us and say, "Hey, can you shout out like my wife's birthday on the show or whatever?"
Absolutely not.
Y'all, we can't because we get those. We get at least several of those a week, and then if we do one, then it's a thing. And next thing you know, it's like, well, shout out to Carolyn. She's 3 years sober and just bought a Pontiac Grand Dam. Good for her. Then where are we? Where are we? Why are we here?
A couple of announcements. Love is Blind UK is back on, or is here like a baby, like a British baby.
It is
On the 7th, not back.
Mhm.
We will be covering that. We're
Hopefully
hoping and
we have
praying we get
screeners.
screeners soon.
Yeah.
You saw I put it on the schedule, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Again, I hope we get screeners
I
soon.
hope we do too.
I don't know if you saw this. I put it in our Slack. Danielle, aka Miserable Bitch.
Oh, a
Danielle
sissy.
and Johan.
Sissy tagged me in it on the Facebook group.
She name-checked Reality Gaze on her story and said, and used a pull quote. And her pull quote was, "Bitch knows how to market."
Which
And
we
you know
said-
what? I agree with her. And anybody who can name check us considering what we have said about her,
Mhm.
respect. I gotta say, if I could promote her disgusting OnlyFans, I would.
You know what? It's to help her to get her to flee the U.S. because she's got to pay off those $70,000 in parking tickets. What I loved about that is what we knew when she said, "I don't remember." It was some podcast, and I went, "Oh, girl, you knew our name all along."
Why are you so obsessed with
Girl.
us?
Why are you so obsessed with us, Danielle?
I know. And you still can't.
Um,
You know what? I respect you, but you still can't sit with us.
That's fair.
I gotta say though, I respect the hell out of you. And some part of me thinks that in a different reality, we could have been friends. But it's too late now. We will always be enemies.
You would have tried to fuck one of her boyfriends, and she would have tried to fuck one of yours, and y'all would have had a vicious snake fight.
I know.
in the middle of a beach bar.
Actually, we would probably been like half frenemies, but when we see each other at like at parties, we would talk shit about the other.
Yes.
That's exactly what we would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she'd be like, "Oh my God, she's one of my best friends."
I mean,
Well,
whatever.
it's this reality, though.
I guess it's nice to be thought of, but
I screamed. I loved it.
I laughed quite heartily.
Good for her. Good for her.
Sure. People want to buy that. That's fine. That will not be going on our business card.
Classless, new season is starting. We're finishing season 2 of The Family Chantel this week. Season 3 starts next week. Lord knows what we can expect.
We're very excited, y'all. Just the regret that we have for not, and we realize this was our mistake. The regret we have of not watching The Family Chantel when it was airing and covering it. Y'all were right. We were wrong.
I don't apologize for much.
You don't,
but I would apologize for this
because it is.
I don't apologize
so
unless it really means something.
Yeah,
and I apologize for not covering this sooner, but it's fine. We're covering it now.
The first
it's
episode
totally
is it's totally worth it. And for y'all that aren't on RG Plus, because this is on the $5 tier of RG Plus, y'all can try before you buy, because that first episode will be up on the public feed.
The first taste is free.
And I believe we will try. I know it'll be available for everyone on not just the video tier, but usually we try to put the watch along out as well in some way so everybody can watch.
We can do a public post on Patreon. Yeah. Someone said on Patreon, they're like, "Carl, I can't get my Vimeo to project," and I was like, "Call an IT person."
There's sissies that know how to do that.
I don't know,
but I don't know.
We're not the ones. Don't ask here. We're full up of crazy.
Yeah, and we have to keep it on Vimeo because it's better.
It's
and
integrated.
The
integrations, yeah,
it's better protected than YouTube.
Because I know,
some
people do that, but I don't like it.
Yeah. Any other?
Yes.
Oh, I love everyone's feedback about our collab with Marcus Parks from last podcast on the left. People are loving it, and it makes me happy. Because you always, like, when you have a conversation, you think, well, I think the listeners will enjoy it, but God, we love doing that. And it makes me happy that y'all feel the same.
If there's any new LPOTL listeners, welcome.
You do
Hail
have
yourselves.
You do have COVID brain, because I thought of that before you.
That's fair. Wow.
That's
Y'all, I will be doing, if you have been under a rock, or not glued into reality TV recently, you know that, I'll tell you that Big Brother season 26 has started, and I will be talking about it periodically. I think this is going to be a good season. This feels like old Big Brother to me.
Well,
where there's like at least 3 genuinely crazy people.
Would have been nice if you were on it. If you were on
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you this right now.
You wouldn't have COVID if you were on it right now.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Here's why I'm almost certain I would not have been picked.
Too old.
Go fuck yourself. I wrote down, I literally had no chance. There's a queer Hawaiian man who used to watch Big Brother with his actual big brother, and the big brother just died of cancer.
Yeah, you're not going to get that spot. You're not going to get that spot. No.
That would have gone to him. Pretty sure that was his.
I wonder what it's like to be gay in Hawaii. Do you feel like the only gay in the village there?
There's not a lot.
There's not a lot.
It's yeah. There's also a Mackenzie.
Is there a Mackenzie?
No, but I'm going to tell you how it's spelled. And can you write it down? Because I think you need to actually see how bad it is.
Okay, let me get posted.
Let me get enough. Let me push down my vomit. MAKENS. Why?
You know,
Mackenzie.
I was okay until we got to the S.
And the Y.
Because I know a MAKENZIE.
It's still bad.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just
That's
a little bit of
gross.
what I want to talk about. There's also a woman named Angela who delivered. They've been in there for like 3 days, and she's delivered a rant. This feels like old Big Brother.
Oh,
I'm very
okay.
happy about it. I think this is going to be a good season.
All right.
No
I
one,
love it.
no one is an absolute. It's not a bunch of absolute dum dums like it was last season.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it begins.
Anyway,
Maybe
it
you'll get on the
begins.
next season.
I'm glad I wasn't on this one though. There's
Just
all
want
these
you-
AI twists, and I hate it.
I just want you to be crazy famous so that way you can make our podcast better. It's totally just for you.
I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Do we
All
have
right.
any- I think that's
Also,
it,
the By
right?
Curious poll will be out this evening, which is Monday. And excuse me, you'll be able to vote for your favorite from these three: the Dallas cheerleader show. I can never remember the name of it. It's on Netflix.
I think it's just
It's not like Making the Team or something like that.
it is Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders making the team.
Making the Team. It'll be that or Forbidden Love, which premiered last night. I watched about half of it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I do think that marrying someone Amish is different than marrying someone who's a Muslim.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And there's a guy on there who's an Orthodox Jew, but he has tattoos all over his arms. And I was like, that's a big no-no.
Oh, that's a big one.
So
That's,
I don't know. I think this is going to be a very interesting season. So we'll see.
okay.
Anyway, but and then also your choice is The Boyfriend. It's a Japanese show about 5 men trying to find love in a house, who are all either, I think, bi or some don't know what they are. So
Okay. Well,
it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's definitely the pure choice.
well, we don't really have a lot of pure choices that often. So, no. All right. Shall we do this? We gotta get going before Poodle's voice gets out.
I know it's already bad. I can tell.
We got another show after this too. We'll see. I don't know why you won't let me get it. Maybe I'll have to get a sub tomorrow so you can rub the rest of your voice.
Why don't we just go ahead and do the show? How about that?
How about that? I don't know why. Do you feel like are you worried that because I
want to do the show. I want to talk about this shit. That's why.
Oh, well, that's good because when I'm sick, I'm like, sure. Call
No, you
Michelle,
absolutely
Mary
you
Payne.
do not do that. You do not do that. That is not true at all.
What?
You
I've had
will
people
fight-
sub in.
Yeah, but you have to be on your deathbed to do
No,
that.
we do have to do that. Yes. But you have been sometimes on your deathbed and won't let me use a sub. Are you worried?
I don't think you have any room in this argument because you're the exact same. So I'm not going to even have it with you. You're the exact same.
That's maybe fair.
I know.
Maybe fair. I think I only let you do subs when I was out of the country or my dad was. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'm going to get off your dick.
Yep. Yep. Good idea.
That should cure your COVID right there because you were just proved right.
Does help.
All right.
Let's jump in to Josh and Lily. I wrote down this. I keep forgetting this guy's name. And I realized it's because he has what I call nondescript friend of your dad energy.
I get that.
He's a friend of your dad. There's just nothing to him that
get
makes
that.
him good for TV for me.
Understandable.
I also
he's
said
kind
I
of
felt
cellophane-y.
Yeah, I felt weird about him, and it showed up as I kind of knew it would.
What do you think the weird thing is that showed up? I'm trying to think. What was weird?
He's obsessed with all things Chinese.
Oh,
did tell her. There's no doubt this guy said, "I want a real Chinese wedding."
I go back and forth because you also see the way Lily lives, y'all. Her car is covered in pink like the pink leather or what, like she had to pay someone to do that. That does not come with your car. So I do think she has just she can't let things be that things always have to be nice in appearances. But we don't know who to believe yet.
Oh, I think it's clear. This is why. Because he literally says things like, I love Chinese clothes. I was the one who suggested we do turtle soup, blah, blah, blah. And he went on. And that's when he's like, yeah, really, I didn't say I wanted a Chinese wedding. Yes, he did. He said he was obsessed with Chinese culture the whole time.
Now, but do you think he wanted a super fancy Chinese wedding, or do you think she then?
I think he said what he wanted was a Chinese wedding. She heard that and said, but what he was trying to do, this is getting too much into it, and I didn't want to do this, but he was trying to say,
we're talking about him.
No, you're the one who wanted it. He was trying to put it on her, all it. And that's garbage. And he was trying to do it at the fucking store. I don't like him. I do not like him. Now, do I think she lives above her means? Possibly.
I don't dislike him. I'm not bothered by him yet, but it does seem like I don't know if it was his idea. I feel like it was probably more her idea to model the wedding after the
Tang Dynasty.
The Tang Dynasty. I think that was a bit of her. Yeah,
I agree with you.
I think what's coming for both of them, because I see what you're saying too. DOA, y'all. I don't think this is going to work out because she. What? Yeah, let's talk about it. But
say why that is.
Because it's already been a day, and she's mentioned that she doesn't that she pays for everything about 20 fucking times. An American man, like straight American man, very few of them are built to take this.
Right. So, do you think that's a them problem, a her problem, or a him problem?
I think it's a them problem.
Yeah.
Because she agreed to it.
I'm going to say this. Chinese culture, it is okay to mention money.
Yes,
constantly.
They talk about money a lot.
And so I think that's very different. Now, the way she says it being blunt, I have no money. I literally spent everything in the house. Yeah. That would get on my nerves.
Yeah.
No lie.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna continue. There's something about him that feels I don't know what it is. So y'all, they walk in and it's like that scene from Annie where they're just showing Annie there's an elevator that will take you to your bedroom. Here's the bidet, you can wash your ass.
It plays some music too. Yeah.
Here's the refrigerator where you can find some ice, but no ice cream because I'm broke.
Ice cream is expensive. Not cheap.
So, anyway, they are looking around. When they're in the fucking elevator, I'm like, yo, you got money if you got a fucking elevator in your house.
That's why I feel like I don't think Josh was the one saying, I need an elevator in your house. I
agree.
So I think they're the perfect 90-day fiance couple, and that they both have a little bit of fucked upness and together it's gonna get messy.
She turns the light on with her phone, and she has English signs everywhere. And it's just the way she smiles when she says, "You can clean your ass with your bidet."
No, we've been here before. Gee-hoo.
My whole family anal so clean.
Anal so clean. And I gotta
says,
say, I'll never not have a bidet again. I just got back from. We went to this wedding in Colorado, and then I flew directly to Boston for a wedding reception for my neighbor. And what I missed the most was my bidet. Missed it.
Wow, needed that much?
I love it. Yeah, until you get one, you used it once and said, I need one of those.
It's good. It's good.
And also, by the way, sissies, thank thank you for your comments and your encouragement at some of the videos I might have posted of my said trip in Boston. Let's just say I had fun.
What do you mean?
Well, there's
Did you just drunk post?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't really even that drunk, but it was on that we went to this old gay bar called Jacques in Boston,
Jesus.
and they did a drag show there. And one of the drag queens called me up during the drag show and then sat me in a chair.
So you weren't inebriated at all?
A little, I will say. I woke up the next day and they still are. I have bruises on my knees now.
Okay, well, you can't talk about mine anymore.
I get bruises once.
So she basically says, I worked very hard on this. It's a lot of money. And he says, I appreciate it. It's interesting. I wonder, I was just thought about this. What if you flip the genders here?
Mm-hmm.
And think about someone from another place, or think about someone from America saying that to someone who's come over, a woman saying, you know what, I've spent a lot of money for you.
If he was saying that to her.
Yeah. That'd be very upsetting.
It'd be very gross. Yeah.
But I think that's, and it's.
But I think what you said, that's a Chinese culture thing.
It is a cultural thing.
Much more.
Yeah. Because they don't, and it's also this very blunt style of saying things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not emotional.
Yeah.
It's basically saying, this is what you need to do to pay me back, and you need to make some money soon.
Basically, yes. Yes.
So y'all, he can't figure out the stove. And he makes this. It's just the weird way he says things like, I fell asleep last night, so I'll have to make it up to her later. Because I've got a good 4.5 incher. It's just, there's something about him that feels gross and feels like he's trying to make good TV, but not really doing it. He totally feels like he should be on Love in Paradise to me.
I get
It's
that
like
vibe from him.
B-team.
Yeah, I feel that way. She goes up to me. She's like, we have no time. We have to go to wedding places. And so.
Okay. Maybe give him a day.
That's where it comes into that's why I think he's someone who doesn't seem super motivated and he seems so laid back. Could be lazy. We don't know. But seems so laid back and chill. She is not that at all. And I think I think just their personalities of living together, I can see her starting to resent him, thinking that he's not just.
They're going to fight.
Yeah.
So he says, I'm very excited because I love traditional Chinese clothing and I requested turtle soup. And that's when she says, I chose a ballroom that looks like the Tang Dynasty. It's like we're being traveling back in time. So they go back and forth about this.
Yeah, they're looking. It looks beautiful. It's all beautiful. It looks so expensive. How much is 5,000
yuan?
What's?
I didn't look it up.
Here, I'll do it. You keep talking.
So she even says, I don't need any money from anyone, but he is broke.
It's 687 United States dollars.
Okay, so a substantial amount.
Yeah.
And he basically says, I'm glad we could do this for your family and friends because it makes it special. And she went, well, you said you wanted a special wedding in China. And he's like, no, you said you wanted a wedding. So I said, okay, I was happy. It's the picking here. I like to save money. And it was said in that way. And she said, but you want a special wedding. He's like, and then he said this, if you say so. Y'all, if you say.
That was bitchy.
If you say so to me and we're at a dinner table, expect to get a fork in your face. Because that's the most bitchiest thing you can say.
At Reality Gaze, we do not promote violence amongst other
I don't
people
promote
at
it.
dinner
I'm
tables.
just saying what would happen. Anyway, and I thought it would track he told me he wanted a traditional Chinese wedding, which tracks. Now, do I think she can do that non-expensively? No.
No, she can't.
For her. Yeah.
And yeah, and so I bet for everything, because I agree with you. I think that he probably like, oh, I want to go do this in China. Like he wants to go see, I don't know, some waterfall. And she takes like a helicopter ride and like does the whole thing. And he's like, I literally just wanted to hike up here.
I guarantee you this motherfucker wants a dragon at the wedding and probably fortune cookies.
I would if I was getting married in China. I want a dragon at my wedding. You wouldn't?
Can we do fortune cookies?
You're telling me you would want to get married in China without a dragon?
I don't know if a dragon is part of the wedding.
But what if it actually breathed fire on people and they ran in terror?
No, you know,
You would love that.
you know how that it's people are dragons.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I was just making the joke that if it was a real dragon,
not
you would
gonna
love
breathe
that.
fire.
You love the chaos of it.
Anyway, he said, I feel like an emperor. And he's like, so this one I have to tell you, it's a little bad because it's going to be more money. He's like, yes, but I like it better. I'll pay the difference. So they made a big deal about this. I have a feeling it's going to be hard to get this money out of him. I don't know why.
Probably. It's only going to be $700, but he said he'll pay for it.
I just have a feeling because I think he's going to be stingy about it.
And he says, I'll take care of this. She's like, okay, good, because I have no money. He said, I know, you always tell me. I kind of feel like I don't really drink when I watch. Well, I don't ever drink usually when I watch these shows because we're working and I want to write shit down.
Me either.
But yeah, But I almost do want somebody to play a deep drinking game every time she says I have no money because you're gonna be drunk.
I want to know from Chinese sissies and sissies who were raised in China or just have experience. What's your read on her? Because to me, she is a bougie Chinese woman who is. It's very common to talk about money that way.
I wonder if one reason she wants to date an American man is because Chinese men think she's high maintenance.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a good
either.
question.
Yeah. All right,
Give
y'all.
us your read. Give us your read on Lily.
Speaking of questions, boy, you think James' families has questions? Just wait till Tata family find out they don't know anything of what's going on either.
Now you talk about DOA. This is the one that. Where
I
are they
think
going to live?
I think they're going to make it.
Really?
I think that I think these two people are so like it's us
So codependent
against the world. Like you said before, two sparrows in a hurricane.
Yeah.
They're like everyone else is against us. They want us to fail. They're like, because I know James is saying now he's kind of processing his family, but mark my words, something in his head will turn it around. Because I'm sure Tata does this too, where, well, I had to do that because somebody did this to me.
Yeah.
Like, but, y'all, not.
He's leaving for Indonesia and leaving JoJo, their baby. I like
their
it that
baby, the dog.
Whenever there's the scenes when people are leaving their animals, and you know that the people would like to have one moment with the animal where the animal's not like running around acting like a chicken with its head cut off. But this doodle can't do that.
No.
It has to like zip around.
And his friends don't even want to be on camera. He literally sticks it in the car, like, I don't know, like it's going up to, I don't know, like he's been sent to the poorhouse, like your great grandfather, and just driven off.
So I also wrote down he's got a hat on. He looks like a completely different person. And
that's true.
I've discovered this. I think this guy's what I call a two-face or maybe even a three-face.
Oh, okay.
Because he looks different in like almost every angle he is.
I agree.
And remember, because when he was on his photographer thing, he kind of looked hot.
Yep.
And then he doesn't. And when you see him straight on, he doesn't look hot.
No.
And then when you see him like at a different angle, he looks like a little boy. It's
Agreed.
weird. He's got like three faces.
Not weird that you noticed all this at all. You really got to find somebody with COVID quick.
I think it's the COVID. So he said, I've told my parents I'm leaving. They're not my biggest fan right now. And they didn't even want to be on camera, y'all, to tell them this. So it must have been ugly.
He said his mom isn't having it. His dad never said anything. So I know I hurt him.
His friend Josh comes over.
And remember, he does say, I've done this before in the past, and I said I wouldn't do it again.
and
So
did.
it's hurtful. And I totally did. So yeah. Josh is cute.
This is one of these male friendships where they don't really want to talk about what's happening, but all he can say is, "Oh, I'm going to miss these hugs."
Yeah.
So
it's like Rob and his friends.
as he says, Josh is the only one who could take me to the bus station. And I went, is there a sadder sentence in the English language?
Well, because your family hates you and thinks you're
I
an
said,
asshole.
maybe Josh is the only one who could take me to the VD clinic. It's like
I'm
Planned
not
Parenthood.
anymore. I can't. I put so many miles on my car when I used to take you. I got fined on my lease because of you. Your fault.
Anyway, so sorry, everybody. Josh does take him to the bus station.
He takes me to the bus
He
station.
says, if I have to come back, it's going to be very hard. The only thing I have is my family, and I abandoned them. Again.
So I would be starting with nothing.
I have a feeling a lot of this is he's good at this. Producers really want him to lay it on, and he is good at it.
He's a martyr.
Yeah. And I will say this guy's the ick factor here is huge because this guy plays the victim every single time. And he would not, even though he would not blame Tata to her face, he would probably suggest, sorry, I just fell in love and I did what I think I wanted for love instead of having any responsibility.
I agree.
Ugh.
Well, meanwhile, Tata's in Indonesia riding a scooter.
Having the time of her life.
She's been back for 5 weeks. And look, y'all, the weather is better. And all she had to drink was an herbal tea for several
She's
weeks.
fine.
And I wrote,
What a drama queen.
was she actually sick or was it psychosomatic?
I thought the same thing.
I could see it as much as she works herself up.
Yeah.
I could see it being created in her mind because when she said I had a little bit of a tonsil issue in her throat, I went, a doctor in the U.S. would have figured that if you had your tonsils wrong, that's so common. A doctor would have fucking.
No, this is all I 100% think it could have been. It could have been the dampness. It could have been she got an infection or something like that, and maybe with a warmer climate, it cured it all out.
True.
But the idea that just moving back to Indonesia is going to make everything better is ridiculous.
Because she said, I'm able to see my family. I was so homesick. Now we find out, y'all, this explains a lot. Y'all, she's the baby of the youngest of 6 kids. So she's like, they still think of me as little, which means they all still treat her like a princess.
Yep. And she is.
And
Yeah.
her older sister, Harry, hates her fucking guts.
She's helping sell Otter Pops, Flavor Ice.
Yep.
And she hasn't. This is when she found out. She hasn't told her parents she's moving here for good.
She's been here for
And I'm
5 weeks.
You hypocrite! You lost your mind.
James is coming tomorrow.
And she said, but it's different because it's going to be good news for my parents when we stay here. I don't know. Because the sister says, Sister Harry says,
You sure about that, brother?
Sister Harry goes, well, I don't know. You don't stay here. Go back. Why would you want to go back?
She's like, don't be, y'all. That sister breathed a sigh of relief when that bitch moved to the U.S.
So much drama.
And now she's like, fuck.
My thing is, if you want a better climate that's not snowy, kind of tropical, go to South Florida. What the fuck? Why not go somewhere where you can build something together?
Because like the sister said, it's going to be way harder for him to get work there than it would be for
Can't speak the
Tata
language.
to get work eventually in the U.S.
Yeah.
He can't speak the language. He's going to be confused. He doesn't understand the culture at all. The sister, she even says, just the thing you really shouldn't do is don't live with mom and dad. Whatever you do, don't live with mom and dad.
She's like, oh, we plan on it.
What? We're totally going to live with him. And she's like, and apparently the dad is very disciplined. But because they don't have money, they need to live with him. And because Tata says, I don't want to go back to the U.S. at all, ever.
Wow. Anyway. Well, it's time for Poodle's Big Brother Corner.
Boy, that sounded like a Lane Stritch.
Kathleen Turner. Okay, I'm just going to play this clip.
Matt.
What did you do?
You must be so proud of yourself. You are literally taking advantage of a woman twice your age who is sleep deprived. You were able to single-handedly turn this freaking house upside down. I am so flattered that I am a threat to you. Crazy eyes. You have freaking crazy eyes. And for the visitors that came to visit me last night, your performance was great. Great. It was absolutely great. For a low-budget movie. Crazy Eyes very aggressively threatened me verbally. He said, I'm so going to run the house like everybody loves me. And then he tells me, you put me up, somebody will take me down, if not myself. And then when I am down, you better believe you're going up on the block. The rest of my time here, I really just want to have fun with you guys. Except for you. Don't talk to me.
Who is this woman?
This woman is named Angela. She's a 50-something-year-old realtor from, of course, Utah. Big Brother fan. Y'all, this is a return to classic Big Brother with crazies. This is day 3 or 4. And let's just say she's a lot. I'm a big fan because she's going to bring the nutto back. And it's not that it's like last season where everyone was kind of like dumb and fake. She's full on. We've got people like Rubina, who can't stop fucking talking and who's also a little extra. We have someone named Lisa, who is from Los Angeles, who she calls herself give me a moment, vibe curator. She's a private chef. Hold on while I throw myself down a flight of stairs.
All right.
And she also brought edible glitter.
I have some of that.
So we also have hotties. There's Tucker, who is a protein bar chef. And when he was saying, he's like, yeah, I'm Tucker. Kind of talks like he's like, I'd run right out of Goodfellas. I'm Tucker. He's gorgeous, by the way. There's some hotties. He's like, yeah, and like, I'm a chef, and and she says, Lisa immediately gets like, oh my God, I'm a chef. And I'm like, no one has ever interrupted introductions before. Sit your ass down.
Oh, wow. Tucker has pictures of it in his underwear. He's got a big dick.
He's hot. Yeah, it's nice.
And
there's also
right?
Cam. No, straight. The only queer one is Chemo. And that's an unfortunate name for a brother who had cancer.
That's too sad. Wow.
It's spelled Kimo, but I said it out loud and I realized, oh, okay.
Okay. There's this picture of him in like a woman's body corset.
Oh, yeah, he's hot. So there's also Cam, who's hot, and Matt. That's who she's talking about. Crazy eyes.
Oh, okay.
Matt does have crazy eyes where you can see the whites around his eyes. So Matt is this kind of like hunky, tall, but we've seen this guy before. Thinks he's going to get in there and throw it and just like swing his dick around. He's playing really hard at the beginning, promising a lot. And he basically did tell Angela, and she's HOH this week. I don't know why you have a conversation with someone who's HOH. Say, yeah, because she basically tried to get him to go to a final 2 with her. You say, sure, I'll do it. But he said, you know what though? If someone else is going to take me there and maybe better for my game. But like, I know if you nominate me, I'm pretty sure I can get myself off. And it was like the most arrogant thing. He's like, you shouldn't nominate me. And she was threatened. But it was the way he said it with his crazy eyes. And so he throws a fit. Meanwhile, Tucker is trying to basically get Lisa out of the house as quickly as she can because she interrupted his intro.
Oh, got it.
There's a guy named Kenny who's a Boston undercover cop and DEA. He's like walking around going, yeah, nobody knows I'm a cop. I'm almost certain nobody knows I'm a cop. Don't worry about this American flag tattoo on my shoulder or anything. I definitely am not a narc. Because it's so obvious.
It's so obvious.
It's going to be a good season.
Good.
A guy named Quinn. This looks like that guy from Workaholics with the long hair, if you remember. You never watched that show, did you?
No.
Mm-mm. That's weird because it was comedy and how it was like on MTV. What's his name? Adam Devine was on it.
Oh, yeah.
But a less cooler version of that guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And who's like 5'6".
They're hot. I'm Googling them as you're talking about. There's a lot of...
Oh, there's a lot of hot. Yeah.
You wouldn't have done well. Not that first guy. The one who kind of looks like a young Joey Lawrence. You would have no power.
Oh, I would have totally been on his team because he's kind of like, he's not bi, but he's got a bi vibe.
No, like his Instagram is pictures of him like modeling in like women's corsets and panties.
We'd be best friends in the house and he'd get me to do anything I wanted. He wanted. I think I wrote down, there is a woman named Brooklyn who is a former Miss Texas and Miss America.
Oh, don't watch out for her.
She's a pageant coach and she's part Native American.
Oh, don't fuck with her. Did you just see that Miss Kansas on Miss America? Never mind. I'm not going to interrupt your Big Brother corner, but there.
Oh, Quinn says he's the best crash cymbal player in Southwest Oklahoma. That's where he's from.
Really?
I don't know. Isn't it weird when you have to call something Southwest Oklahoma when there's no real city around you?
Well, that's one of the most least populated parts of the state. So it's not really like there's a lot of people there. You're not so.
If you need to refer to yourself as a direction and part of the state, it's remote.
It's remote. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
yeah.
There's a new AI twist. So they asked this question. I'll say this and that's it. They're like, excuse me. Julie says, house guest, you can decide if you want to bring in a new house guest. And he's like, hi, everybody. I'm Ainsley. I've been from San Diego and blah, blah, blah. I like to think with my friends. I'm like, this is completely AI. This is fake. They've faked this person because it doesn't sound like a real person talking. And she's like, and everyone votes no, I don't want to, because that's a stupid gameplay, getting someone else to the game. The idea is to get people out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Then they punish people for voting not to keep Ainsley into a harder challenge. It's stupid. But it's Big Brother. But I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a good season. I'm here for Angela. I'm here for all the crazy shit. I'm here for Tucker hating Lisa. I'm happy.
Well, good. I'm glad. Well, it's gonna be a good season. I guess you're never gonna be on it. Guess we'll wait and see.
It'll be better next week.
I was going to say that Miss Kansas, who is part of Miss America, not crappy Miss USA, Miss Kansas said they asked her to talk about her platform. And during the pageant, she said, I want to bring awareness and support women that are victims of victims of domestic violence. And she said, even tonight, my abuser is out there in the audience and I am not going to let him scare me or frighten me from showing up here on stage and demanding that women need to be like, protect them when I'm blah, 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 blah. And she fucking won Miss Kansas. Oh no, she won Miss Kansas.
Why do I feel
because
like
that's what Miss America does? It's about people. It's not this shitty USA swimsuit shit. Why do I get so upset at that?
I don't know.
We need to move on.
Shakana and Sarper.
Look at me. Look at me.
Look
Are
at
you
me,
okay?
beauty.
You sensitive about book? Sensitive.
But it's fine because I like when she's like, our sex life is never affected by our fighting.
Y'all, they bang it out. They bang it out. and it's fine. Again, though, they're talking about Bottlegate, and he's like, she's like, well, I think those bottles they're like some trophies, and Sarper says, but you are my trophy in life.
You are my trophy.
And then, you know what? I think it's better if we do it this way. It's basically going to be most of the rest of their scene, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I think it's better for us to do. Hopefully, you can do it with your Miss Kova voice.
It's better because my voice is lower. Like his.
Okay, I think we're going to have to do this as a reality gaze theater. All right. Picture. Oh wait, hold on. I got to put my lip gloss on.
Oh,
again.
I'm not putting the wig on.
It's fine. We're not doing video, but I need it for character. Okay.
So, an actor prepares.
Mm-hmm. All right. Are we ready? And
I want to show you something.
wow.
Look.
What?
Look, I'm going back and forth against this part of the wall.
What? Are you dancing? What are you doing? Is it the dance?
Look at my back. What do you see?
It looks like, one of those like cartoon bears in a forest, like when they're like
my back is very hairy.
Oh.
This
okay. Oh,
this proves my loyalty to you.
How?
Before you, it was the duty of girls to wax them off. And now you are the only girl in my life. One girl in my life.
Okay.
Not two girls in my life.
Okay, I'll wax it. Come on.
These lengths of these hairs are proof of my love for you.
All right. Okay. Get on the couch. All right. Let's lay you down. All right. So, this will be fine. I'm really good at this.
Are you disgusted?
In fact, I used to wax a bunch of guys. We were across from a Navy.
Oh my God!
A naval yard.
Don't tell me how many. One Navy back.
One.
Two Navy backs.
Yeah. There's two.
3,000 Navy backs.
Probably 3001, babe. Sorry about it. Hope it doesn't bother you at all.
Just shave back.
Okay. All right. So let me lay you down here. So, all right. I'm
Are
going
you
to do this.
disgusted by me?
No, I'm nothing about your physical appearance grosses me
Same.
out.
Sometimes I picture you pooping sometime.
What? I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry.
One hair removal.
I'm sorry. What were you saying again, babe? Can you just say that one more time?
I picture you pooping sometimes.
What? I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you. We're almost done.
Even I think fart jokes are so gross. But with you, I'm never disgusted.
But so wait.
Sometimes I think of you farting.
You think of me farting?
The same with your period. I'm counting the days. Do you know I have an application on my phone to track your period?
Why?
One day till period. 2 days till period.
Okay, we're done.
Can we bang again?
Yeah.
This was such a great scene.
It was a wonderful. I still work, and we see next week that she's like talking to another girl. I feel like a lot of their storylines for Audacity, and I don't care.
Yeah. I wrote down, who are you both kidding? No one can stand either one of you. You should stay together. I also wrote down when they're talking about getting the K1 and him not going to go to the U.S. I don't necessarily believe that they could not live half their time in Turkey and half their time in the U.S.
He doesn't really want to go. And she's like, but I have a daughter. I agree, because her daughter does go away to boarding school.
Yeah.
So it could be a little bit of travel for her. And I know that gets expensive, but she could.
Or it could be for him too. He's just worried about going there completely.
Yes.
Because he's worried about having to support her.
I wonder if he worried about supporting, but I wonder if he feels like, I don't know if he could make more money as a personal trainer or something, because you could do really well in LA.
You'd have to work with women, though. You would have to work with
You
women.
would have to work with women.
Yep.
Yeah.
She'll never let him do that.
Anyway. All right, y'all. Let's wrap this up with Statler and Dempsey. But really, this episode is just Statler and Natalie, her friend.
I'm having a hard time watching this. And it's
Why-
because I
what's-
know what's coming.
You know that they're going to crash and burn.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I don't know. It's a shame that we already know it. And I didn't think we'd ever see them again, to be honest.
Yeah, I was surprised. I think it's a little hard to watch because I know she's super high functioning and stuff like that. So I don't mean it as an excuse. And I'm not saying she's an angel. Statler is definitely, especially on social media, has shown her ass and pissed off some people. Not us, but I mean other people. But it's part of it's hard to watch that I like. I'm not saying she can't do these things, but I'm just saying with her diagnosis that she recently received.
Yeah, ADHD and
a bit, as she says, a bit of autism, as she says. I'm just trying to use her words. That's her word.
like as I've said before, it's a bit pregnant.
This is the completely worst way to go about
I think
doing
that's
this.
it.
And so it's a little like I feel sorry for her because I'm thinking you do not have the tools to be successful at this. And I don't think Dempsey understands the tools you need.
No.
She just thinks you're quirky. She doesn't realize, I don't know if she has investigated and been curious about the diagnosis that Statler has.
I think I don't know if there's enough room in Dempsey's life to think about a lot of stuff like that.
I agree with that. I think,
Yeah. So this is Natalie. She's talking to Natalie, the girl who said, the chick who said Dempsey wasn't that special, if you remember.
Yes. Yeah, she did say that. Mm-hmm.
And so, y'all, she's taken a loan of $20,000.
Mm-hmm.
Dempsey sold the caravan. She's like, it's still less than she contributed. She said, Dempsey's not working. She said, she's going to make dinner. And I wrote down, and Natalie even said, so Dempsey's going to be just traveling all over Europe while you're doing remote work from your van.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way
That
we
sucks.
could have found some kind of equity where we asked Dempsey to get some type of remote work, even part-time?
It does.
And
yeah.
just because, but I can completely see Statler agreeing to the plan. Just saying, sure, why not? Because I love you and I want you to love me. I want you to love me.
Don't forget, y'all, Statler was adopted, and she said, and she said, I wrote it down, but basically she said
She was rejected on her first day.
rejected on my first day by my mother, and I want to say, I hope that she probably hasn't though, but I wish maybe it would be healing for her to meet her mom, or
you know what? A lot of people who were adopted don't find that helpful.
No, a lot don't. I
know people in the past who they've gotten to a certain point who were adopted, and they're like, I don't want to meet my birth mom.
What saddens me about this is because with Statler, the way she is someone where I feel like she is someone where things need to be closed. Like something started, you do it, and then it's like in her brain, but her ADHD doesn't let her finish it. But also, she does. Part of her want closure, or something to put a bow on it, and she's not able to have that closure with her mom or her bio mom rather. And I don't know. It's also this at her age though. I'm like, but how do we use these things that have happened to us and have left scars? But also, how do we use them to build strength to not repeat the same patterns? And I don't know if she's there.
I think it's just the only thing you could do is just really intensive therapy work.
And I bet you that's hard for her because that's consistency,
overwhelms her,
and she's not great with consistency.
Yeah. I don't know I don't know if there's a way to for her to learn this until she does it. But yeah, I personally think that Dempsey is taking advantage of this opportunity.
The show is wanting us to think that, and it feels that way.
Yeah.
So we'll see, though. We'll see. We'll see. There's
Natalie completely lays it down because she says, yeah, I'm afraid you're jumping into a van with the first person who says that I love you. And remember, you don't have to earn her love. And Sattler just goes, whoa.
I did not expect this.
And I think that's the look that she gave, when she just said, like, oh, that's exactly what I'm thinking I need to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She even's feeling that way more the next day when she goes to the airport. She's like, it does feel like this because I paid all the rent. And she said, but in her defense, Dempsey did pay for half of this van.
Yeah. Well, slightly less. But did you hear what Statler said? She's like, I've been taken advantage of financially before. This woman she was living with, I assume a girlfriend, told her the rent was some amount, and it turned out she was paying a lot more rent than she needed to, and the woman stole from her and used it for a house payment.
That's
holy shit.
That's horrible. So she's sad. Yeah, she's like, I realize I don't know anything about anything. Whereas Natalie said at the airport, she said, look, which good on Natalie, because she was like, I tried to talk to her. She's still going to do it. So at the airport, Natalie said, I know I was in negative yesterday, but it could go amazing. And you're going to have an adventure of a lifetime. It's like when Poodle went off to China. Wasn't happy about it. And then on that last day, I was like, have a great time. It'll grow great for you and carefree, I'm sure.
And it went great. Only started a massive pandemic.
Yep. Patient zero right here, everybody.
Worldwide.
What we look at that.
It ruined the world tour.
And we just did a callback. But what a way to end the show, y'all. That is the other way. That's your episode of Toe this week. Go to reality.
I think you're exactly right. This is why it bums me out to listen to this, because I know she's someone who is on the spectrum and she's having to go through this and do exactly what she's not wanting to do. And she's having to go against every instinct. And I'm worried it's not going to pay off for her.
The only thing I want to challenge for you, not want to do, but I think she called it, she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know she doesn't even know she doesn't want to do this. She just doesn't know what to do, and she doesn't know how to work with this. So yeah, that's hard to watch.
There's too many things she can't have any control over.
Yeah, there's too much.
Yeah.
Too much. All right, everybody, that's the show. If you want to listen to this show, if you're listening on the free feed, public feed, and you want to listen to the show without any commercials for your pleasure, you can.
For your pleasure.
Your pleasure. You can on the $8 tier of RG Plus, and that's on Supercast or on Patreon. That's patreon.com/realitygaze, or on Apple subscription. You just click on that little thing and pop, and we don't know who the fuck you are. You can't vote in anything, but you get all of our shit.
That's great.
There you go.
I think if I was a Patreon, if I was an RG Plus member, I would choose Apple subscriptions. That would be me.
Probably until someone did a poll and it voted the other way and it pissed you off, and then you would join
I would
Patreon
like DM me and be a bitch about it
and rally people to vote me differently.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Well, we'll see you with other stuff, but we'll see you next week. Until then, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places, Poodle?
Yes. And if you have ever needed to prove your love by the length of your back hair, 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, oh, it's starting to curl.